Greetings, grasshoppers. Welcome to the show today, The Bot Signal. My name is RJ Redden. Entrepreneurs hire me to rocket launch their marketing message because most have a lot of problems getting engagement on and off live, or they feel like they're shouting into a black hole, or they're a carbon copy of everybody else's message. So, I create conversational marketing through chatbots that skyrockets that engagement, builds stronger relationships, and improves that bottom line. I am so glad you're here today because today we're going to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart. That is, I'm going to give you some different ways to use your chatbots. This is something, I don't even think about it. I have my nose in these chatbots all the time, looking at, what they're doing and all these darn things. And I forget sometimes that I need to take the 30,000 foot view and let you know some of the ways that my clients are using these bots, some of the ways that I'm using these bots. And I think that that's helpful information. If you're starting out, if bots are all new to you, you're like, how does this apply to me? That's probably a question that I get the most with people. They're like, yeah, I heard you talk about it. It's neat, but how do you apply this stuff? How does a plumber use this? How does a secretary use this? How does, whatever the question is. So that's what we're going to cover today. Teresa, retooling hers. Always retooling mine myself, my friend. That is absolutely true. By the way, if you are interested in getting hold of some strategies, then I do have something for you. Text bot to 555-888 for that bot strategy. It will ask you a couple of questions, and then it will tell you, what is a great bot strategy for you based on your answers to the questions. So anyway, here we are. How do you use these bots? People ask me this all the time. And what I usually do if I'm one-on-one with somebody, I'll just ask them a few questions about their business. Most of the time, people are either the biggest problem, and I do ask that question. If I'm one-on-one with somebody, I'll say, what's the biggest problem in your business right now? What's the biggest problem that could be solved in your business right now? Because here's the deal, and this is a little counterintuitive. Websites used to be the end-all be-all, didn't they? I mean, it was awesome stuff. Everybody got a website. Hey, I had one client a long time ago tell me it was his 24-hour salesman. Great stuff. Love it. But websites have really lost their shine over the years because of some of the things that I was talking about before, because some of them are carbon copies of everybody else. And, it's so formulaic. And honestly, unless you've got a good web designer, it's hard to find information usually because people think that it's self-evident. I was writing a sales page for something that I'm going to announce a little bit later on. I forgot to include time and date of the thing that I'm offering. I just thought people will know, it'll be fine. People will know. No, they won't. And often when small biz owners are writing their own sites and things like that, there's a lot we don't think to include, or we include it in a place that is too hidden for people. Websites used to be the end all be all, right? You had a lot of time. People were like, I'm going to explore this. Yeah. And then we saw hundreds of thousands, if not millions of them in the course of our days. And now you don't have very much time to catch people's attention at all. You don't have very much time before that frustration meter runs out and they're going to look someplace else now. And so that's our conundrum, is that we spend most of our working lives online on, one site or another. Sometimes it's for work, sometimes it's for research, sometimes it's not for anything useful at all. But websites have really lost their shine because information is just not really at the fingertips there. So enter chatbots. I would have to say enter chatbots. Enter a world where we've got on-demand information now. We've got a way to give that information out that is not hidden in the 5th page, in the 6th paragraph, beyond that picture of the monkey. We don't have to, we still have to design good websites, obviously, but if you design a great chatbot that has that same information that people can call up in a second, isn't that much better? Won't you have better client service? That is one of the little headings I'm going to show today. Bots are a great way to show your courses and resources. They really are. Because you can't be there 24 hours a day, watching, waiting for someone to have a question. No, darling, you have a business and a life. That's not right. But you certainly want to pay people you certainly want to serve people who have paid you. So how do you do it? And a lot of people will put a course on, Thinkific or Teachable or Udemy. Those are the big 3. And then there's a whole bunch of other systems as well. You can put a course on there. And the problem is that people have to go somewhere to get the information. Okay? They have to go somewhere else. And then when they get there, they have to search through something else. Okay. This is the reason that people don't do this is not because people are just lazy. That's not it. People get frustrated trying over and over and over again to navigate information systems. And what I'm talking about is a website or a Thinkific course or any sort of course. People get very, very frustrated trying to navigate an information system that makes total perfect sense to someone else. Fabulous, right? Totally makes sense to me why I would have that information in that spot. There you go. No. If you put courses and resources in a bot, if you put them in a ManyChat bot, people can call up information that they need to have, right? When's the group call? Where do I book a session? What is that class that I'm signed up for, but I haven't really engaged with yet? How do I get back into that thing? What I saw a video the other day. I need to rewatch it. What was the title of that thing? If you have a system where people can just type in a few words and get that stuff back, then that really, really helps people. It really helps people consume the information that you're putting out there. And that's the ticket, isn't it? Helping people get that information. We don't write courses to sell courses. Well, some people do, and that's fine. I don't write courses to sell courses. I, of course, want to sell them. However, the real point is that you make it all the way through that thing, that you get all your questions answered, that you have something at the end of it that you didn't have before. I get frustrated when people, grab onto my stuff and then don't do anything with it necessarily. And so I have follow-up and reminder systems in my bot. Hey, have you gotten into that yet? What do you think about it? There were a bunch of people that joined a giveaway that I did, a while ago, a couple weeks now, I guess. A lot of people came in to get a free template. And that's been great stuff. I have a follow-up system for folks in the bot who really, really want to get that set up. because then they're really going to get that value. Free doesn't always mean you're going to get value out of that thing, right? So when it's free and when people have paid for it, make sure that they can get it just like that. You can do that in a bot. You can't do that on a website. People still have to navigate somebody else's logic system. And with a bot, you can totally put your courses, you can put your resources. You could have it so people type in Zoom link in your bot and boom, it comes back with the group Zoom link that everybody uses. Even that, it saves them time, it saves you time, it makes you look like a hero because you've thought about it. You thought about it. I think that I've taken a lot of courses in my life. Do you see those degrees behind me? I've taken a lot of courses in my life, and some of them are well designed and some of them are badly designed. The difference between the ones that are really well designed is that the instructor, whoever they were, pre-thought about every roadblock that I would run into. Every single time there's a fork in the road and I don't know what to do, there's a resource for that. There's something designed to help me out of that jam. I know that, many people, many of my people, my clients, are trying to educate their clients. And so with that education comes this availability of resources that we're talking about. In a bot, you can call something up on a dime. In a true chatbot, it can be even better, because when people ask a question, the artificial intelligence will try to figure out what the intent of that question is and match it up with an answer. It's a whole lot more forgiving than just using same match keywords, exact match keywords, sorry. So, courses and resources, a great thing to put in a bot. Easy access for your people. They get served. You don't have to be doing that, and you look like a hero. So, got a second one here that I've been using a whole lot lately. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to tell this story. So, this particular instance, I put a bunch of resources online for one of my clients. And it's really been working out well. I mean, people access this stuff when they have a question. They don't have to bother anybody. I think that that's one of the things that kills us, right? When we get into great big programs or something like that, we're like, I paid for this, but I don't want to bother anybody. Can I find it on my own? Make it so they can find it on their own. It really makes a difference in people's satisfaction levels with what you've sold them. Okay, enough about that. Also going to talk today about lead capture. Lead capture is pretty cool stuff. Lead capture is when you're using a bot, whenever you meet someone, whenever you speak from stage, whenever you do a live stream. Lead capture is there to usually give people a little bit of a freebie. Probably have a picture of yourself in there. Give them a little freebie. My freebie is the bot strategy. And then take people's information. Sometimes, too, it goes a step further and people are getting qualified into certain categories. But, so that's a choice that people make sometimes, that they want to qualify people right off and sort them into different categories. These are people who would really benefit from a phone call right now. These are folks who just need to talk to for another little while, and possibly they'll start to really get it. And then we've got that third group called the tire kickers. Nobody wants to talk to those people. We all want to give them a free PDF and, put them on their way, right? So lead capture, super, super important nowadays, right? It's having people give you their information. It's not hard, but it is harder than it used to be, because people don't trust that You're not going to spam them every other day with information after information after information that they didn't request. So you can write a chatbot that will welcome people in, that will give people something for their time, that asks for that information. And super pro tip right here, just tell them what you're going to do with it and be honest. Say, hey, I would love to get your email address so that we can stay in touch better. That's one way to say it. Another way, hey, I would love to send you a weekly newsletter. Is that cool with you? If so, can I have your email address? You can be as specific or as vague as you want to be. But if you are going to, if you're going to send them lots and lots of emails, say you're going to send them lots and lots of email. If they agree to it, they want it. They want it. That's awesome. That's awesome for you. But under no circumstances do the, hey, I'll send you an email about once a month and then spam them 3 times a week. Don't be doing that stuff. You will get unsubscribes pretty quickly. Anyway, lead capture. Lead capture is hot. Those are hot bots. Those are ones that people absolutely want to grab for their business right now. I have been doing some one-shot bots for folks. And I've been doing one-shot bot is, we don't hire me on a retainer and on a contract. I make a single bot and give it to you and teach you how to use it and get all the information from it. And then it's yours. That's a one-shot bot. And I've been doing a lot of these lead capture bots. People want a way to be able to collect information, to give out freebies, to do all that stuff. And they want to be able to do that conversationally. You can do that in a lead capture bot. You can do that in a lead capture and qualification bot as well. Sorting folks into different categories. Super important, so that you know what they're interested in, so you know how to address them. All right. Also, boop, 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 boop. Let's talk about challenges. Challenges, baby. Yes. Challenges, let me say, are a lot of work. They're, what I'm talking about is delivery of a 5-day, 7-day challenge that keeps people engaged and feeling awesome about what you provide, hopefully provides some sort of a transformation in their lives that, is awesome for them. That's why they joined the challenge. It gives people a taste of what you do and how you do it, and if they like working with you or not. It's really cool stuff. And I've run many, many of these now for my clients. Challenges is a great way to get people in, for certain, to get people into that bot. Because you say, hey, you're going to receive all the materials in my chatbot. Click here. If you're in ManyChat, then it's click here. You'll get all of them in Messenger. If you're in TrueChat, it's, you'll get all of the messages from my chatbot. It'll be me and you. But challenges, I do want to reiterate, those are a bunch of work because there's a promo period, there's the challenge period, and then there's a couple weeks of follow-up that people do as well. We'll say that it's more than it sounds anyway. Speaking of, I would like to invite everybody to Jane Powers Challenge. This thing is going to be off the hook. And it always is. Hey, listen, you take a look at Jane, something's going to be crazy going on. That's certainly the message I got from her. Anyway, that she has something very powerful that she's offering for free, just as part of a challenge. And I think I'm going to throw it in the comments here. I have got a link to a 5-day challenge that she's doing. This 5-day challenge that she's doing will help you introduce yourself in a way that familiarizes people with exactly what you do, exactly who you help, exactly what problems you solve in 17.5 seconds. All right. Who doesn't need that? Who doesn't need that? If you are an entrepreneur of any kind, in any business, you need a way to catch people's attention, and you need a way to very quickly communicate the important facts of the situation. Because if you're standing around at a networking meeting, if you're meeting people at an event, if you're meeting people at the laundromat, it doesn't matter where. If you're meeting people, you want to be able to connect with those people. The first thing that they say when people say, "What do you do for a living?" If you have this reaction, well, if you have that reaction at all, people are already turned off to you. They're already turned off. They may like you, but they're not particularly wanting to hear what you have to say. If you can't, give it right back to them, and give it back to them in a way that is short, understandable. So there is that. She's doing a 5-day challenge. This thing's coming up on the 16th of September. This 5-day challenge is going to it's going to give you a run for your money. I designed the bot, so I know. It will take you through each step in the process of designing what she calls an intromercial. TM. She calls it an intromercial, and it's that first 17.5 seconds that you know somebody. This will make your message matter. This intromercial will make your message matter. If you've noticed, I have one at the beginning of my live streams. I have one every time I speak on stage. I have one of those as well. It's been invaluable to me because I didn't always know how to communicate what I do. I didn't know. It's, because I used to do a whole bunch of things as well. Focusing on one thing really helped. But yeah, this is a challenge that if you have 15 to 20 minutes every day, 10 to 15 really. If you have 10 to 15 minutes every day for 5 days, and you want to walk away with something that when people meet you, they say, "Wow, I want to know more," instead of, "I'm not sure what she does for a living." If you want that, go hit that link. Go hit that link and take advantage of her challenge, because that's the way that I think that it's given me untold business. It has given me untold business. Teresa says she has one she uses at the beginning of podcasts and videos. That's good stuff. So those are 3 of the ways that my clients are using bots lately. There are many, many, many more ways to use your bots. I am not going to give all of those in one episode, because your brain would fall out. It's ridiculous. But did want to cover those just to give you some ideas on how to do those bots. Again, if you're looking to get a bot strategy, if you're interested in bots and you want to proceed, but you're not quite sure, where to do that, do text BOT to 555-888 for your free bot strategy. International doesn't work at this time. I apologize to my worldwide friends, but that's the way that is at this moment. And yeah, that's pretty much. I noticed somebody just joined us. Hello. We are just wrapping up for the day, but I will reiterate 3 ways that that my clients and that I am using bots. Lead capture is huge. Lead capture bots are, I think by far, if you are getting in, most of the time, what people are looking for is some type of lead capture and possibly some qualifiers there. That by far is the first bot that people ask for, honestly. We've got lead capture. We've also got challenges, and we've got courses and resources. So if you're just joining us, go back a few minutes and I'll cover all that stuff for you. I've got a roll now. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see y'all in a bot.